Hello there, I'm Big Alias, and I'm a man. I'm an adult with a beard and tattoos and a job. I used to be a kid. I wasn't always an adult. I used to be a kid with a beard and tattoos, but I was unemployed. Broke bitch alert. Am I right? That's complete beta energy, right? What an absolute loser. What a broke bitch. But when I was a kid, I used to be obsessed with Pokemon, dude. I was absolutely madly into Pokemon. And I remember playing it, between bouts of PS2 and Game Boy. I'm beginning to realize I didn't really do much as a kid, but I played a lot of these games, and I remember thinking, what would happen if this game wasn't segmented into the ways that it is, the rock, paper, scissors sort of turn-based system, the top-down sort of isometric design, how pixelated it is, stuff like that. And if it was in real time, what would it be like if it was actually like that? And it always bugged me, but I would never know, I would never be able to know, because Nintendo always had the license. I gave up on Nintendo, because since the PSP came out, and it just sort of never happened until now. Somehow some sort of developers got through and made a shameless rip-off of Pokemon. It's awesome. I'm glad they did it, and I'm glad that they were able to. I'm also kind of shocked. I can definitely see some sort of lawsuit right down the pipelines. If Robin Thicke can get sued for stealing a vibe, then surely they can't get away with this. But let's enjoy it while we can, right? It's currently in early access. It's on the Game Pass if you're on Xbox, or you're gonna have to buy it, and it is huge. I don't think anyone saw this coming. It's like I think I read that it's the most successful paid game on Steam of all time, or the most downloaded paid game on Steam of all time. It's absolutely huge. And I played it, and I tried it, and I really wanted to like it. And so far, I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't enjoy it. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's a huge success, and I can definitely see that maybe if I put more time into it and explored it more, and had more of a go at it, then maybe I would, and I'd be into it. But currently, I can't. I'm not having a good time with it. I'm running through Gears Tactics currently, and the whole time I was playing Palworld, I was like, can I just get back? Can I just play Gears? I think I want to do that instead. But I am giving it a fair shake, and I am trying. So let me explain this game to you. So you spawn in, and obviously, the graphics aren't incredible, but they were never going to be. It's a sort of more of an indie game. The frame rate is very choppy, but you spawn into this world, and you have these monsters that you can punch them, and then you can capture them in these balls, but you have to craft these balls, and you just sort of explore the world, finding people, and well, so far I've only really found monsters. I hear that there's a gym battle situation going on, but I haven't encountered trainers along the way, which was slightly disappointing. And so you have to craft the balls, and you go along and you weaken the enemies by punching them, and then you can capture them, and then you can summon them and have them battle for you. But it currently, so far, it doesn't work in the same way that it did in Pokemon, rather does, because it's still a franchise, does in Pokemon. In this game, you just tell it to attack, and then it will. And I mean, it's just I loaded into the game, I created my character and I loaded into the game, and it just felt like every other early access game that I've ever played. And a lot of that is due to the fact that it's obviously a very budget title, and that's fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's great to see, developers giving it a shot. And if people prefer gameplay to quality, then that's absolutely fantastic. But it really does feel a lot like every game, in its genre I've ever played. And they don't help that by honestly introducing things that don't need to be introduced, that I don't really like crafting. Why is crafting part of this game? It really confuses me. I don't see the need for crafting in this game. Maybe it's fundamental to the game, but it just feels like one of those old Minecraft clones that there were a billion of when that game really took off. And there's a really annoying you have to keep yourself warm system, and all of these crafting and survival system, eating berries, and you have to craft workbenches, and if you want to make the balls to capture monsters, you have to craft a certain type of bench and stuff like that. it feels unnecessarily obtuse, which all of those early access like survival crafting games always did to me, and this one is kind of no exception. And it really, I mean, the game was never going to have much of an identity to begin with, because obviously it's a very close clone to another series, and that was always fine, but it loses even more of its identity when it feels like it's trying to emulate so many of these other games so closely. You know, they're all pretty similar to begin with, so to play a game that is so, you know, that is focusing on doing something slightly different to them, but then ends up just feeling like an emulation of them, is a little bit disappointing to me. And I do feel as though some of these features really just shouldn't have been included, like, you know, the staying warm and eating berries and crafting stuff. It feels completely unnecessary to me. Also, the combat is really lackluster so far. I hope it gets better, but like I said, you just tell the current I'm just gonna say Pokemon, like monster thing, you tell it to attack, and then it will just start randomly attacking, you know, enemies. I'm sure there's more depth to it than that, and I hope there is, but at the moment that's all I'm getting out of it, and it's very, very, very buggy. And you know, a lot of the time, like, enemies will just be running into walls, and your thing is that your monster's not really figuring out where to attack and stuff like that, and it just feels like the whole real-time aspect of it is really a hindrance at the moment. And I don't want to be too negative, like, I want it to be good, you know, and there were a couple of moments where I did feel that spark, and I was like, okay, cool, if I level up all of these monsters and I can go fight the gym and, you know, maybe grind if it doesn't work out and get stronger and then take them on again, which is something I always like doing in Pokemon, and I could do that and that would be awesome. That's just, you know, I'm not enjoying it. I'm just not having a very good time, but I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to come back to this, and I want to do a follow-up review after this, play a bit more of it, and let you know what I think. But at the moment, I wanted you to know how I felt right at the start, and I hope this is one of those games where I can come back and say, okay, I was completely wrong. Here's what's so amazing about this game and why everyone presumably absolutely loves it. But yeah, those are my thoughts so far on Palworld, and did I even say the title of the game until now? Alright, I guess I'll see everyone later for more Palworld.
The PlayStation's only $149, and you can also get leading titles.